sa, shi. Notice that this one's different. Su, se, so. Okay, so pay attention to this one. So sa looks like this. Notice it looks a lot like ki. Okay. Maybe you could do something, sake or sake, trying to remember like that these are similar. You can maybe make the argument. But for sa, there's actually a way that I memorize this. It's kind of weird. This actually, to me, it looks like a guy sobbing, so crying, right? Sobbing. So this is his open mouth, right? So he's crying. This is like the bridge of his nose. This is like the tip of his nose right here. These are like his eyes, like closed and clenched, like that, and he's like crying. So we draw like little tears. Okay, and this is his open mouth. So he's sobbing. Sa. So let me draw that again without the picture. Sa. Although oftentimes it'll do the same thing as ki, where it won't have this little attachment here. It'll just be like that. So you would actually write it. You'd stop here, and then you'd finish it down here. Sa. Okay, the next one, shi. Now, Japanese doesn't have a C sound as you would expect from this pattern. It's shi. Okay? So, make sure you pronounce it with the H, shi. So shi is really easy. Shi is just, it's like a J. So the way I memorize this is I just think of a girl, and this is her hair. And I just think she has long hair. So this would be like her head here. And then this would be her hair coming down, flowing. So see that? She has long hair. She. Like that. Alright. Next. Su. Su looks like this. It has a little swirly mark here. So it's kind of like sa. You start the same way, but you, instead of sa where you would do the loop here, you do the loop like this, and you keep going like that. So su. This is another mnemonic that I learned from Tofugu. I'll put the link for his Hiragana mnemonics. He drew a picture of a swing. So this is like a swing set with the, like right here. This is like the top of the swing set. This is the rope that the swing hangs on, and then swings would be right here. So like it's one of those olden wooden like swings, and then the rope would be like that. Okay, and it's like looped around, and the kid would like fly off, okay, because it like looped around all the way. So swing or suing, suing. Okay, so that's how I memorize su. All right, se is next. Se looks like this. Se. So the way I memorize se is I think of saber tooth, as in a saber-tooth tiger. So the way I think of it, I think of this little thing here coming down as one of the saber-tooth fangs. And then this is like his open mouth. See that? The mouth and then his tooth. There'd be like other teeth here, but this is the giant saber-tooth right there. Set. So you draw the line here, and then you draw the saber-tooth, and then you close the mouth up. Like that. Set. Saber-tooth. It's not quite the same sound, say and se, but it's close enough to use that as a mnemonic. Alright, the next one is so. So looks like this. This one you'll actually see a lot of variance in the way it's written. You might see it written like this, or you might see it written like this. So it's all the same one. It's just variance in the way the font that it's used. So how you can memorize this one is you can think, I'm going to actually use the other one as an example. I'm going to use this version. Okay, so usually I'll memorize it like a sewing stitch. So as in sew, like you're sewing something. I just think of this as a stitch, like a zigzag stitch pattern that's used to repair like a rip or a tear in fabric. So this is just a stitch that somebody sewed into some fabric. Okay. So again, you have the different versions of sew, all the same character, all the same sound. So, all right. Next, we have the T set, or the T series, which is ta, chi, and this one's special also. And even this one too, tsu, te, to. I'm going to actually erase these now so that I have a little bit more room. I'll write them again. Okay, starting over with ta, chi, tsu, te, to. Ta, chi, tsu, te, to. Okay, the first one we have is ta. This one's actually one of the easiest ones in this set. Ta, because it actually looks like the letters T and A. T and A. Ta. Okay, that one's easy. Ta. Next, we have chi. This one is interesting because it's the same thing as sa, but it's the mirror image. So this one's chi, and this one's sa. So if you remember, this is a guy sobbing. His open mouth here, sobbing, tears. This is chi. The way I remember chi is I think of a guy sneezing. So it would be like chew or something like that. Chi, right there. Chew. Okay, so it's the same thing. The guy closed, his eyes are closed, and he's sneezing. Okay, this general direction. So that's chi. There's actually a kind of bizarre way, sometimes, because you can't really memorize which way these guys are facing. There's another way that I do it. It's kind of ridiculous, but I'll show you. So here's sa. Okay, and here's chi. Now, the way I actually differentiate between the two, believe it or not, is I think of this part here as being the top of an S. So if this one's sa and this one's chi, I think of it like this. It would be nice if this one was chi because there's a C, and that would just make things easy. But of course, it's Japanese, and nothing's all that simple. So we're gonna actually draw the rest of an S like that. That's the way I memorize it. I think, okay, S for sa, and chi I just think of it as a backwards C. Kind of ridiculous, but that's the way I do it. Helps me remember. Okay. So next is tsu. This one's actually easy. If you remember the u, these are very similar. Tsu is just like a bigger version, and it has more of a hook on the top here. Tsu. And the way I remember it is tsu as in tsunami. So this is like a big wave of a tsunami. Okay, next we have te. Te looks like this. The way I memorize te is I think of this as a letter T, and I typically people will memorize it as the word 10 because it has the te sound. So if you just think of this as a T, and then you finish writing 10. So again, te looks like this. Okay, that's te. Next is to. To looks like this. And the way most people memorize to is you think of a picture of this being a toe. So this is like the guy's big toe, and there'd be like a toenail here. And this is like a nail or something, or a splinter sticking in. So you can think of it like a nail or something sticking into the guy's toe. Okay, toe. All right.